Hello and welcome back to the Mario Speedrun Summit 2025. I am Morning Track, and we are here at Urban Arts, the charity that we've been raising money for so many years, that you've heard about over and over, and now you get to see it, and we get to talk about it. I'm here with Matt. Hello, Matt.
Hello, pleasure to meet you, Track.
And with Richard. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well. Now, Matt, real quick, what's your title here?
I'm a professional learning specialist, which means I train teachers on how to use game design in the classroom.
And how about you, Richard?
I'm the director of corporate partnerships, really snazzy titles.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm a fundraiser, so events like this are right up my alley, and I help keep the lights on here and make sure that these incredible programs can continue to be offered free to our students.
Yeah, and of course our donators at home help with that too. Ripping Torrent, $50 just a few minutes ago, gets us to $13,973. So one more.
Thank you, Ripping Torrent.
Yeah, $26.99 will get us to $14,000 even, and we appreciate every penny of it. And we want you to know where that money has been going. Obviously, you can see the space behind us. It's gorgeous. We were talking about how conducive it looks to creativity in particular. So, okay, but we will, even though most of our viewers have heard the pitch, what is the pitch? What's Urban Arts in a nutshell?
What is Urban Arts? So, at Urban Arts, we teach game design as a pathway to college and career for underserved students. So particularly, we work with high schoolers from Title I schools or low-income background, and we teach them game design as a way to get them interested and stoked about STEM education and STEM careers. So we teach them the Unity engine. Our seniors make fully made games, but they're with us from 9th grade to 12th grade. They learn C# coding, Unity engine, but they're also learning animation, music, and storytelling. Everything, the full-rounded skill set that goes into making a video game. They graduate our program with a fully made game, and we help them with one-on-one guidance counselor work to get them into college. To date, since 2017, our students have earned $30 million in scholarships.
$30 million.
And one of the things that's incredibly important to us is sending our students to school, to college, with as little to no debt as possible, because that can be such a hindrance on your career and on your future success, right? But we see ourselves as being sort of from the classroom to the boardroom. So we have a lot of partners in the corporate space who provide internships and job opportunities to our students. So we want to make sure we help them get into college, but then also set them up for success, either in an internship or a job.
Fantastic.
Or
You said 9th grade to 12th grade, so some of your students as young as 14 then?
Yes, and just recently we developed a curriculum for middle schoolers called Creative Coders that uses Minecraft to teach entry-level computer science.
If you want to reach middle schoolers, I think, you're going to go through Minecraft.
Right? I mean, and it's perfect timing with the movie, and obviously Minecraft doesn't need additional hype, but it helps.
Yeah, it's really nice that we're getting Minecraft out there a little bit.
Yeah.
So Richard mentioned the tech side, and that's the side I like to focus on a lot, because I think people hear about a charity like this, sometimes they think, it's another liberal arts charity. It's great, it's nice, but those don't always translate to jobs. It's very tricky, right? It's something that's very nice to study, but it sounds like this is more pragmatic. You said they'd graduate with a finished game.
Yep.
So the tech side, what kind of tech are they working with here? Like, how deep do we get into this?
So to start out, at the middle school level, there is a version of Minecraft called Minecraft EDU. And within Minecraft EDU, there is a coding element where they teach either block-based coding or all the way up to Python. So I've had kids come out basically fluent in a coding language, and they have this little character, your agent, who can go and do tasks for you. So you can code the agent to build an Eiffel Tower or to purify the water in New York City. And then they culminate in a build challenge. So we give them a prompt, and they have to solve an issue in their own neighborhood.
Ooh, so the mix of like programmatic and creative there.
Yeah, and we actually have, we work with a massive build challenge here in New York City called Battle of the Boroughs. It's a competition for both middle schoolers and high schoolers where they compete in a Minecraft build to make a better New York, to re-envision their neighborhoods the way that they'd want to see them.
So you're almost tricking them into being ethically conscious at a young age by
Exactly,
gamifying ethics.
And it's funny you say that, tricking them, right? Because if you go to a student now and you say, do you want to learn math and science and STEM?
They're going to say no.
It's going to be a lukewarm response. But if you say, do you want to learn how to make a video game? All of a sudden you have their attention.
Yes.
And it's not really tricking them, but it's getting them excited about something. But more importantly, it's meeting them where they're at.
Yes.
Right? It's getting to their level, getting them excited,
It's the
and
entry
then
point.
having positive outcomes from that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know you don't really have maybe a number exactly, but like how many games do you feel have come out of this so far? Thousands of games?
Thousands. So Yeah, we have 500 students come through our program each year here.
Just
here
physically here.
Physically here in New York City. Just this past week, so it's New York City Public School spring break, and there were, how many students do you think were here this past
Over
week?
100. It was
Over 100
crazy.
students were here, and in 3 days they made a game.
3 days. So it's basically
3
a
days.
game jam.
It's a game
It's a
jam.
game jam.
Exactly. 100 students made a game, and so it's a hard number to count. But right now, our students actually on Monday, a lot of them are seniors from our advanced program are going to be turning the PC games they made into mobile games via a Google
great
Play
idea.
sponsored sort of thing we've been working on the past couple months.
So this is interesting. This question kind of involves both of you, the next one, because what I want to naturally ask about is what kind of games? What are they making, right? Are there a lot of platformers? A lot of people, when they start making games for the first time, they want to make a guy jump, right?
Yeah.
Something simple, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of indie games are like that because of technical limitations. But I think I also said they work with Unity too, so there's probably no real limit on what they can do, even if they might start small. I would guess I would ask both of you, whoever feels you have this down a little better, what's like the most elaborate, do you think, student project that you've seen? Something that you wouldn't guess, like a little platformer maybe was made by a small team. Or maybe that utilized the most tech from your perspective.
Really funny. My favorite was actually a platformer.
Was it?
There is a very famous racing game that's really cool. There's some kids who made a Smash-like platform fighter that I thought was really cool. But there was this platformer that told a story that was just so deep of this student learning how to heal through some trauma they had gone in their life, and then just brought in so many really cool animations and like made you feel immersed somehow in a 2D platformer.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is that was
Celeste
my
style,
favorite.
basically. Yeah,
Exactly.
I know that you probably hear about Celeste all the time now because it seems like a good kind of focal point for this kind of stuff, yeah. What about you? Any favorites? Anything stand out in your memory?
There is one game that our recent seniors made called InBody, and it's about you start off as a head, and the head is rolling through different levels.
I'm sold already, but please continue.
Gaining back their body parts. So it's kind of like the opposite of Hangman. You're gaining back your body parts throughout, and it's a really simple concept. But
Oh, what's the one
I
where
just
the
thought
giant
it's-
ball accumulates things over the planet? There's a Japanese game like
Katamari?
that. Yeah, that's it. That's
yeah,
the one.
Yeah. So
It's like that, but with your own
to
body.
that.
Yeah.
But what's really interesting is, and you know, a lot of our students go on to study game design, but not all of them do. So Irene, one of our alumni who made this game, is going on to study philosophy. and the premise for this
I can see
game
it.
was mind-body dualism.
Yes.
And we have students who go on to study medicine, law, engineering, because the skill set you learn here, the skill set that gaming teaches you, is really cross industry.
Yeah,
Right? You're learning not only a lot of hard skills, but a lot of soft skills that can be applied anywhere.
Yeah. Are there any games that have sort of taken over The Office? Because there are a lot of weird little puzzle games that'll go viral or something. And developers always say the same thing. They say, we were just messing around, we had a prototype, we tried it in the office, and then we didn't get anything done for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Is there anything like that that's kind of spread where you realize, like, okay, we are playing this compulsively now?
I'm not going to get up and find it, but I have a postcard somewhere on my desk of a video game a student made called The Adventures of a Bean. And it is a bean with a top hat who is going through a Mario-style platformer. But
The
it
game
is
is so hard. It's so
It is so
we'll
hard?
spend hours playing it, just trying to advance, and everyone's obsessed with it. It's
Everyone's
like it's like evilly hard. Like it's
Like
it's
QWOP
really
level?
funny.
Is it like the
Oh,
controls
yeah.
are too precise or not precise enough? Or what are we talking about here?
I would say, yeah, and it's fast.
It's fast. Okay.
And but we made these postcards for our teachers to say, like, hope you've had a great year. And we printed student art on all the games. And the most favorite one of all the teachers was
Adventures of a Bean.
That's so cute. I know you guys don't necessarily have a slogan exactly, but I've heard a lot of like little one-line encapsulations. Well, go ahead and give me yours first.
Game changers start here.
I love that. I love that. One thing that stuck with me very early on when I was doing these events was something about your zip code should not determine your education.
Yes.
And I grew up in one of those zip codes, and it worked out, but it doesn't always for everyone. And I
Yeah.
feel like very often you just need that chance. And obviously, a big part of this program is diversity of voices. I always say, people talk about games being samey, another Call of Duty every year. If you like
Yeah.
Call of Duty, that's fine, but you get games that are very similar to games that have come before because they're proven, they work. And if you want new games, you need new people. You
Right.
need new voices. You need to throw them together in a place like this and let them bounce off each other. So I guess what I would ask is, can you think of any specific examples of someone like that, someone like an outsider who wouldn't be here if not for this program, who maybe said something or made something that surprised you? Like, I would have never thought of that. I would have never looked at it from that perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely, again, I come back to Irene, who's majoring in philosophy and who brought that, deep connection and understanding to a game. We have a lot of our students who started with us during the pandemic, and a lot of their games are about social isolation and how to deal with that, right? We have games that are made about the climate crisis and the environment. So we've found that our students, while there are some shooter games and platform games, a lot of these games have a deep personal meaning to our students about an issue that they're currently going through in their life or that they've faced and they've been trying to overcome and want to help other students overcome.
It's interesting to think without COVID, you'd get a whole different crop of games.
Right.
But that's reality, right? That's art feeds off life.
Yeah, exactly. And it's always really heartwarming when you have every June we have our arcade where our seniors present their games to a crop of pretty amazing professionals. People from Netflix games, from CD Projekt Red, from Respawn. We work with a lot of gaming companies, and just when they get up there in front of these professionals, get to talk about what it means to them and where their inspiration comes from. It's always really enlightening.
All right, we've only got a couple minutes left.
Yeah.
I want to talk about with each of you in turn, what is next? What do you want to do next for this? Are there new technologies you want to introduce, new things you want to focus on? Do you want to pull them more into the tech side of things since that's your end of it?
I was going to say, my boss isn't going to like this, but my dream is to have students explore all new emerging tech and people on different spectrums of the AI industry on whether AI should be used in game design or not. We all realize it's here, it's incredible, and there are even there's an AI game creation studio called Farcade where students can publish their games for free and create them entirely with AI with their own assets.
Wow.
And to see how that core game loop is made and examples of code that they might not have thought of, they then, if they are already fluent in the language, can go and make tweaks and do tweaks and make better games using examples that are already out there. And I want students to know all of the technology that's available to them and how to do it all ethically and not steal people's work or use it as
And that's very good because the problem with a lot of curriculums in other places is they're static. You change them every 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore, especially in this industry.
We started out as a performing arts nonprofit, and 8 years ago we shifted to game design. And so a big part of our mission is adapting to, the current state of tech, the current
that's
state
the
of
pragmatism
art, and
we were talking
what
about.
means the most for our students.
So what do you think is next? What's next on your end? What are you going to be focusing on the next few years, and what are you hopeful for Urban Arts?
Oh, man. So I recently said that we surpassed 30 million in scholarships. I want to see 100 million in scholarships.
Okay. I thought you were going to say 40 or something.
100 million in scholarships.
100 million.
We're in 13 states right now. I want to be in all 50.
That's very ambitious.
Yeah.
But it sounds
We'll
like you
see.
can do it.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, is it ambitious when we train teachers for free, we provide our curriculum for free, we even sometimes have stipends for the teachers to learn over the summer with some of our programs?
Ease of access to our program for both education professionals and for our students is huge importance to us.
it's a growth industry. Gaming ain't going anywhere, and I don't think you guys are either. It's been Matt. It's been Rich. It's been wonderful having you all. We're going to be back in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.